Hey guys, Chapter 9, Section 4 video here for you today. Our subject today is how can I find the volume of a cylinder? So we've been talking volume and how to fill something up, and a cylinder is one of these type shapes. I always think of a can when I think of a cylinder, but if we're talking volume, then volume is the question of how much corn is inside this can. Now if I was talking surface area, it'd be like if I wanted to cut the wrapper off and measure the wrapper. But I'm not talking about the wrapper around the can. I'm talking about the inside volume. The nice thing is we can treat it just like we do prisms. So we're going to do an example here, our first example, and we're going to look at this cylinder, which has a couple measurements. Pause the video and draw the cylinder in your notes. It's got a 4-yard radius and a 6-yard height. But the nice thing, like I said, is we can use the same thing we learned with prisms. Volume equals the area of the base times height. So let's work on the area of the base. Well, where is the base? Well, the base is on the bottom and it's in the shape of a circle. So how do we find the area of the circle? Oh, we use pi r squared. Area of circles is pi r squared. So in this case, it's going to be pi times 4 squared because our radius is 4. The height of our cylinder, well, we can see pretty clearly that it is 6 yards tall, so we're going to be timesing this by 6. And that's it. That's our calculation that we need to do. So let's think about our math here. 4 squared means 4 times 4. That would be 16. Then we got to times it by 6. 16 times 6 is 96, so we get 96 pi. And if I didn't have a calculator, I might stop right here for my answer. But I'm going to grab a calculator and I'm going to multiply 96 times the 3.14. And 96 times 3.14 is this number, 301.44. So we're going to write equals 301.44. And then we're going to put our units on there, yards cubed, cubic yards. So that is how much volume we have inside this cylinder, 301.44 yards cubed. All right, so let's try another one, example 2. This time, here's our cylinder turned sideways. It's got a 12-inch and an 8-inch measurement on it. You can pause the video and draw your own picture. We're going to find the volume, which is going to be the area of the base times the height. So where's the base? Well, it's still the circular bottom. That's the thing about these, is imagine tipping it and standing it back up. The circle is the base. So we're going to do pi r squared, area of a circle. But what's r? What's our radius? It's not 8. 8's the diameter. What's the radius? Well, radius is halfway out there, so it'll only be 4 inches. So we're going to do pi times 4 squared. Similar to the last problem, huh? Now the height of this cylinder is going to be that whole 12 inches. If we turn this and stood it up, it's 12 inches tall. So we're going to do pi times 4 squared times 12. And we said 4 squared is 16, so we got to do 16 times 12. That's 192, so we get 192 pi. And then we grab a calculator so we can do 192 times 3.14. That looks like this. 602.88. Now guys, you need to check my numbers because I do make mistakes in these videos and I need your help to tell me when I do that. So please be using your own calculator and double checking my decimals and your numbers to make sure we agree. So I'm going to write down 602.88 and then we're going to put our units. What were our units? They were inches. So we're going to say inches to the 3rd power, inches cubed. And that is the volume of our cylinder, 602.88 cubic inches. All right, so your turn. Let's try one. How about find the volume of this cylinder? Go ahead and hit that pause button on your device and see if you can do this all the way by yourself. Good luck. All right, you're unpausing the video. You are ready to check your answer, so let's see how you did here. We know that the circular bottom is its base, so I'm going to focus on that. I know that volume is base times height. Now the area of our base is going to be pi r squared. In this case, pi times 11 squared. And the height of our cylinder is that 8 miles. Oh my gosh, this is a huge cylinder. I just realized it's being measured in miles, but it's that 8-mile height. So 11 squared, 11 times 11 is 121. Now times that by 8. 121 times 8 is 968. So it's 968 pi. Which, if I didn't have a calculator, would be my answer. But I do. I'm going to do 968 times 3.14. I'm going to get a big number here. 3,000 3,039.52. Wow, and that's in miles, cubic miles. This thing is huge. Probably some sort of underground center. I'm going to circle my answer here. 3,039.52 miles cubed, and I hope that you got the same thing as me, and I hope if you didn't, you kind of figured out like where maybe a mistake could have occurred. Was it on your calculator? Sometimes we just make calculator mistakes, so kind of work your way backwards and try to figure that out if you did make a mistake. Okay guys, that wraps up this video. Volume of a cylinder, you treat it just like all the other prism problems that we were working on. Area of the base times the height. Thanks guys, bye.